Hey, Bandit Racing League viewers, Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you about BanditRacingLeague.com, your place for all things Bandit Racing League information. Check out any of the pages on the site, including the schedule, to find out where we'll be the rest of Season 13. You can also check out the broadcast page to see past and future SimTraX broadcasting productions of the BRL. You go to our About page and you can sign up and learn more about the series and maybe be one of our newest drivers in Season 14. You can also go to our point standings to find out who's on the cutoff line to make the Season 13 playoffs, and finally see the results of our most recent race. Best of all, it's got links to Geezer Authentics as well as our live broadcasts, so you can get all your Bandit content.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Hey there, Bandit Racing League fans. Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you all about GeezerAuthentics.com, your place for official Bandit Racing League merchandise. Let's check out some of our hot new items, including the Jackson Knock t-shirts that come in a variety of sizes and colors, just the same as our new 785 Racing hoodies. They come in a variety of colors to keep you warm and toasty this winter season. You can also see our SimTraX broadcasting merch to rep your favorite broadcaster, with some desk pads and some water bottles and various other merchandise, as well as our GFR Racing team shirts to rep each and every driver on one of the best teams in Bandit. Go check out GeezerAuthentics.com to see how you can support the series and your favorite drivers.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to SimTraX Broadcasting. This is Patrick Morrison coming to you live here with the Bandit Racing League. We're taking a little look at one of our playoff drivers, of Benjamin Lacey, actually working on his pit stops right now, trying to see if he's got anything for us and what different he plans on doing here tonight to make sure he stays in the top running, especially with the way the points are going. A definite person to see as an upset from last week. Cody Welch in the 85 had a dismal finish at the last track he was at. We'll talk to Cody Welch a little bit later here in the broadcast to see how he is faring out there tonight. He's feeling pretty confident as he's currently practicing nailing a 5th place time, so a good start for him would be actually really good. Right now, Cody Welch has been starting mostly from the back of the field at the beginning of these races, but to see if that 85 machine is going to be able to continue doing the right thing and actually start his charge in the front, I think would actually work out very good for him. Checking in on Jackson Knockout there in the 00, can't miss him out there in the Xfinity OxyClean machine as he's practicing drifting around the turn. So you see everybody doing just things just a little bit differently out there to see what this car will and won't do. So yes, you heard me say it, Xfinity cars, that's what we're lining ourselves up here for tonight as we came out of the 87s at Bristol, and this is going to be pretty rough here, what we see these guys do at this track at Texas. Now, Texas Motor Speedway being a 1.5 mile track, it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be very tough out there for these guys to really battle along and find out where they're going to place. Now, I would say it would be key to getting a good qualifying spot, and you've got to hit turn 1 and 2 perfectly. Now, our fuel is going to separate somewhere between 40 to 45 laps out there. That's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard for these guys to stretch that fuel out there and figure out how if they're going to be able to get as far as they can on the tires. Now, here we go talking about tires, and we kind of have a conversation with a couple of drivers down when we were down in pit road just for a moment, and they are more concerned if the tires are going to last long enough. Fortunately, there will be 4 sets, as John Osborne won't have to worry about the set on that car, as he's going to be heading to the backup car. But we're going to see how they're going to fare. They're saying these tires are somewhere below half life before they come down and change them. Now, normally you see guys, they change tires when they get around 70 to 80%. Word to the grapevine is even some guys say they've gotten around 37%. So these cars are going to be super slipping and sliding out there, and it's going to be pretty tough. Stella joining alongside me here tonight. We're going to kind of get a piece of advice from you here of the Real Earth Films 153 here tonight. A lot of drivers kind of puckering up for this one. They're not happy about this being right in the center, but I guess it could be worse.
Oh, it could always be worse, but Texas, everything's bigger than in Texas except their course here. It's only 1.5 miles. But who's sponsoring tonight is Real Earth Films. They promote wildlife conservation by creating films that nurture the human connection to nature. They spread awareness about life-threatening challenges that face species worldwide and advance their environmental activism and research. So they're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Look them up on realearthfilms.org.
All right, no animals will be harmed during the making of this broadcast here tonight, as we're taking a look at Bill Harkins out there in the number 11 Chevrolet, see how he does out there, trying to figure out where he is. He's actually one of the drivers who's actually able to save the most tire out there. So could that come in key, and could it be clutch for him? I hope so. We're hoping to see Bill Harkins get up to the front. Unfortunately, Stella, we've seen Harkins many times get his way up to the front and end up getting taken out when he's rolling around out there in the top 5. So Bill Harkins is going to be trying to put up some sort of a force field out there so he doesn't end up getting taken out. There's Eddie Hagge in the 97 machine. Can't miss him in the Magathy HR Consulting, looking to see how he is knocking down some time right now. Actually, one of the slower drivers out there, and I'm hoping we'll be able to grab a hold of Eddie Hagge out there, and we'll see what he has going on. Stella, we should be cleaning out practice here in just a moment, I hope, but we'll definitely see how it goes. So let's go ahead and take a look what our race is going to consist of here tonight. Brought to you by Perfect Shine Auto Spa for the Real Earth Films 153 here. Obviously, 153, that's going to be for 153 laps. We're going to be running tonight on a 70% fuel limit. Fortunately, these guys will have 1 extra set of tires. Could there be a late race caution with 20 to go and somebody take a fresh set of tires? 100%. Now, I guarantee you that would be the winner of the race. But if the others don't follow, they're going to get left behind. One faster pair in this fixed setup league, and tonight's race control will be Bradley Shin. Appreciate you guys joining us here, as I'll be your lead producer tonight. Stella will be hanging out beside me on this 75-degree night. This is excellent. Not a whole lot of humidity, not a whole lot of wind, so this is going to be beautiful weather for these guys to be racing, especially under the lights.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. I like these ones under the lights. It gives us a whole different view from when we have ones like Daytona, where you come around that one corner and the sun just beams you in the eye. This way, I think we're going to be looking at a nice even race. Wow, we got a drifter out there with Eddie Hagge. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, Jackson Knock definitely sliding around just a little bit. Like I said, he's still working on testing and tuning to see what his car will do. We definitely want to give a shout out to all the people out there viewing. Patsy Steele and Jay already out there joining us. Budget Off-Road Rides out there rooting on the number 85. We're going to see how we do, and the Knocksters getting ready. So Jay out there, no Nicole tonight, negative. She's enjoying a little bit of time to herself, and we definitely hope she can do that. Clear that mind, as I definitely guarantee she doesn't want to get involved in this race, because I would say this is the pivot race here of the playoffs. This is right now, if drivers have a bad finish, it will carry on to next week, and it really won't matter. Nick Nickerson found out about that in the last circuit and how he was eliminated in the last round. So unfortunately for Nick Nickerson, he did not make it, so he will not go back-to-back for any sort of playoffs out there, Stella. So right now, I would say favorite to win out there was Cody Welch, but Stella, his finishing spot was where last week?
Oh my goodness. Cody ended up in 19th, which is pretty rough. It cost him 7 places in the driver standings. So he is currently sitting 8th, which is 8 out of 8.
Yeah, pretty brutal here. So he's going to be down at the very bottom. And we can do a little thing here and take a look at where our points are going to be. Brett Guzik doing an awesome job. He's only leading by a single point, though, over top of Jackson Knock. Eddie Hagge sits 3rd, and Connor Gibson is our 4th place driver. Right now, the guys in the hot zone here are Benjamin Lacey, John Osborne, Ethan Sikorsky, and Cody Welch. Now, we talked to Sikorsky last week. He said he's got a chip on his shoulder. He feels like the dark horse in the league, and this is his time to shine. Now, he did get his chance to shine out front as he was leading the race, but unfortunately choked right there at the end and ended up taking himself out, just overdriving the turn. So if Ethan Sikorsky can just keep a level head out there, start driving out the windshield instead of the rear view mirror, I know the two are close together, but he should have a good finish here tonight. Now, Cody Welch is going to be really having a good push here to have a solid finish. Now, Cody Welch has got to. Now, Stella, if we take a look, if Cody Welch is able to get, let's say, the win here tonight, it's going to snug him around that 5th or 4th area, which still leans on him having a good finish next week, and that's going to be even tougher as you see the guys are kind of just, you can almost feel these guys are on edge here, as so many are just have so many opportunities out here, but do they have enough to make it to the end? Let's take a look out there as some of our guys are starting to knock down some qualifying times, and currently Cody Welch is sitting on that top pole position, 29.87. Whoa, and Kevin Foster almost gets him. Nick Nickerson, there he is. Nickerson gets the pole position here for tonight. So we'll take a quick little peek at our guys who are close. Yeah, Nickerson and Knock getting pretty close there. Stella, as we take a look as they kind of start slicking around out there, waiting to see if they've got anything for us, to see if they're going to push just a little bit harder and be able to make it here. And we hold our breath to see if any more of these guys are going to make it. Let's see. Stella, confirm on my cars out there that I should have a total of 8 drivers, correct? Benjamin Lacey, Eddie Hagge, John Osborne, Jackson Knock, Brett Guzik, Cody Welch, Ethan Sikorsky. I'm missing one. Bugger. We'll get it here in a moment. But most of our playoff drivers did make it into the top 5. Definitely close. I think Connor Gibson's my guy I'm missing. Definitely make sure that is squared away. Stella, I believe qualifying is just about getting ready to wrap up. I don't see any drivers knocking down any more times. So I think they may go ahead and push this on into the drivers' meeting. Go ahead and get this race ready to go. I can definitely tell you guys out there in the chat, you guys are getting everything squared away, and I know Bill out there is trying to make sure Spring is getting everything fixed out there with Geezer Authentics, trying to make sure all your guys' merch that you have ordered is going to get to you in a timely manner. Definitely appreciate you guys. Jennifer out there, yep, I bet you're on edge. Definitely hopefully you didn't get any manicure out there because you're going to be chewing your nails off tonight. This is going to be a rough race here. Now, Stella, Texas has changed a little bit here, especially the way I want to note that turn 1 and 2 out there as they took away a lot of the banking. Definitely seems to be a right side tire fryer out there, and it just seems to be that the hardest part these guys are going to be fighting with here tonight is whether or not they are going to be the key to making some sort of a deal out there between each of the drivers. And I would wonder at all if any of them have anything up their sleeve, if they're going to be able to push just a little bit to see if they can come away with any sort of upper hand here. All right, qualifying has come to a completion there. Benjamin Lacey, not bad, with a 29.71. Fantastic run. there by Benjamin Lacey. So hopefully we'll be able to have a conversation with him, and we'll see how he feels starting on the pole here for tonight. So we'll see right now. Beep, 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 beep. Let's see. Yep, that's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for the 97 machine here of Eddie Hagge. Eddie Hagge, you got a copy on me here, buddy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, man. Definitely a interesting race here tonight, and it's going to be tough. Looks like you're starting from the back of the field. What's going on out there?
I just couldn't qualify. They said you had to hold it wide open in 3 and 4, and I didn't really realize that. I was watching some guys in practice, and I tried to do it, and I hit the wall, and so we'll be starting in the back. But that's okay. It's a small field. We'll try to save some tire and pass some guys.
All right, yes, it is a bit of a small field out there, but I would question it all, the way your car handles here tonight. Do you feel confident of coming out on top, seeing that you are right on that teetering edge here, I believe sitting third here in the points?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like, this isn't my favorite track, but I think a lot of times you can find speed with racecraft, and I think my racecraft will carry me. So I think I'll be fine. I should be able to still get a top 5, but it's going to be a grind from back here, man. It's going to be tough.
Is this the race that you're going to need to really put everything on the table, or are we going to try to save a little bit and depend more on next week?
No, I don't think you could depend. I think every week you have to have a good finish. You can't have an off day, not for the Final Four.
No, absolutely not. And you being a previous champion here of this league, do you think you got what it takes to get it again?
I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. I got a little disrespected in the voting in the poll. Nobody thought I could do it, so more motivation.
Both you and Sikorsky. I think everybody definitely nixed you guys out, and I was definitely I was actually surprised as well to see how that poll went. Eddie Hagge, hopefully we'll see that McAfee HR Consulting come away either with a win or a top 5 here tonight, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Hope it's a good race.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That is going to be Eddie Hagge out there, as he is one of our drivers we were able to get a hold of out there. And I know Cody Welch is another, and I guarantee you this is going to be a guy who's going to be really upset seeing exactly how his race started and how it ended last week. Cody Welch, you got a copy on this, everybody?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Here we go. We're Eddie. We're going to poke here a little bit. Definitely this race is going to be big here for you tonight. And I would say this dismal finish that we had of 19th drops you down in the very last spot in the points here. This isn't the last race of the round of 8. How confident are you feeling at this racetrack here tonight?
Feel pretty good at the racetrack. I think it's going to depend on how everybody races tonight. Unfortunately, got caught up in some stuff last week. So I'm in the hunt. I'm behind the 8 ball. So I gotta win. Or wreck trying, I guess.
Oh yeah. Do you think you have what it takes out there? You were one of the faster drivers, but it looks like a top 5 start for you, which is a lot better than most of your qualifying nights. Is this a different side of Cody Welch we're going to see? Is it kind of a no games kind of attitude?
Yeah, no games. I got a strategy. And hopefully it works out. Yeah, I just gotta stay out of trouble and just be smart about it. Try not to kill my tires. And to be there at the end.
The 785 racing team has got a lot on their plate here tonight. What is it? What is the game plan of your team of either trying to get you or Benjamin Lacey in the winner's circle here tonight?
I'll just try to run clean laps. Try to run up front. Yeah, make good pit stop decisions. Make good green flag stops if we have green flag stops. Just be perfect. Don't make a mistake. Don't throw it away because we both have the speed. That's there every week. So it's got to minimize mistakes. Hopefully don't have any, and hopefully stay out of anyone else's drama. Be smart, and hopefully that'll be enough to win.
All right. Well, we always say teammates are teammates, but when it comes down to the last lap, I'm sure Benjamin Lacey would not like to be battling you at the final race of the season. Is it both? Is it kind of a free for all once it comes down to the last final laps?
I think so. That's how I race. If your bumper's there, I'm gonna use it. I'm usually pretty nice and give guys a lot of room. But when that white flag comes, there's no friends out there. So whatever it takes to win.
Yeah,
it's happened to me. If I got to do it to someone else, that's just racing.
Yeah, short track racing, super speedway racing, everything gets all mixed up. But these 1.5 mile cookie cutters, man, everything gets a little bit weird out there, and some guys. I would say some feelings are going to get hurt. Cody Welch, hopefully the race stays clean for you, and you don't get any trouble tonight, buddy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep the fenders on it. That's all we can do.
Hey, one fast repair, so hopefully you won't have to use it either. I think you used it, what, not even 5 laps in last round?
Yeah, my car was almost totaled. Really, no, it was totaled. I had to tow. So I hit the wall pretty good at 60 miles an hour, good enough to destroy everything. So, yeah, that was my fast repair, and then, got into it with Carter laps after that. So that was it. That was the 87 cars are fragile. They're heavy, and there is not much to them as far as protection. So I think, any little bit of, you hit the wall, say you brush the wall in these cars, the Xfinity cars, or the next-gen cars even, they're more rigid, they're sturdy. They'll take a little bit of abuse, but those 87s are not like that one bit.
Yeah,
So.
they definitely like popping the tires off and flipping the hood up and smacking over the top of the windshield. So, Cody Welch, good luck to you, buddy, and we'll let you get to your last year warm-up here.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yep. All right, everybody, that's Cody Welch. You can tell he's a little bit nervous here tonight, but he does have a game plan, and he's ready to go. Another Stella. So, Connor Gibson is out there currently in the chase here to stay in the top 8, if I am not mistaken. Right now, I'm nervous to see if that 31 can hang in there. Have you heard anything from his pit crew of what they've had to say out there, or if he's feeling confident at all?
Yeah, well, Connor Gibson's currently sitting in 4th place in the standings, so he feels good, but he's not going to take any chances.
All right, well, we're going to double check here with the number 31 machine of Connor Gibson and see what he has to say. Connor Gibson, you got a copy on me out there, buddy?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, you've got definitely a tall order here tonight. You sit on the cutoff line in the points. Confidence level at Texas.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I would have rather the old Texas, but we had a vote, and that didn't win, so I got to make do. I put some practice in, so, it's a tough spot being 1 point in because it's not, can't sleep well at night knowing that, so I got to see what I can get done.
If you were to achieve a top 5 here tonight, what would that do for your confidence level heading into the next race?
Oh, that would put me in a good spot. That's my goal. A solid top 5 tonight and next week, and I think I got a shot at the championship. I think that's, depending, the skill level's so high, so I could finish 5th and be 5th out of the playoff drivers. You just never know how these things are going to go.
But it's going to be extremely tough. I would say one of the drivers out there you're going to have a little bit of trouble with is Jackson Knock. I know he's been pretty fast here as of late. Have you guys worked anything out or talked it all through of what in the world your game plan might be, whether you guys are going to work together out there, or are you just having to fly solo because you're in the playoffs?
Oh, just working with my teammates on different tire strategies and trying to figure out it's going to be all about saving tonight, and just, it's more about patience. Somebody goes flying by you, just got to wait a few laps and you'll get him back.
All right, man. Definitely, I am concerned about all playoff drivers here tonight, and I would say this is probably a track I would have never voted for in the playoffs. This is not one I would want to lean on.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an interesting one. We'll see what happens, I guess.
All right, man. Well, hey, to get your nerves up, but we'll definitely, hopefully, let you calm down through the last year warm-up here, and we'll see how you hang in there and see if that 31 can come in a high place, if not win the race.
Hopefully.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, Connor Gibson. He's got some tough stuff happen here tonight, and we're going to see how all drivers hang in there. And I would say that is going to be a tough order here, Stella, and really interesting to see if all of them have what it takes to make the end of this race.
Oh, agreed. At least this is only the second of 3, so they will still have one more race next week at Dover.
Yeah, that they will. Now we're going to kind of cue in here and have a chat here with Bill Harkins. Bill, you got a copy on me, buddy?
I do.
All right, tough race here tonight. And I would say most guys might not have voted for this racetrack to be in the playoffs. How nervous does it feel like the entire league is that we're here at Texas?
I really think only your qualifiers are the ones who are really nervous. The rest of us are just like, look at the pretty stars on the wall.
I got you. Right now, when you see from a league ownership point of view, one of your top drivers out there let's say Cody Welch gets taken out last race, and it is almost a do-or-die situation for both these races. You know, how much pressure does that seem to put everybody else under? That 85 is going to be going out there with a vengeance.
Well, I mean, obviously, Cody being a fan favorite and a league favorite, it definitely puts a lot of pressure that you want him to definitely be in that Final Four, you know, to represent and even win the championship. Cody doesn't have a championship here either, so it would be phenomenal to get that championship for him.
All right, well, he's definitely going to be, like I said, he's going to be pretty wound up here tonight, and that's going to be very, very difficult, especially with the way guys are going to be racing here tonight. Something just tells me these guys are going to be pushing a little bit harder than normal. But you found that pushing harder is not exactly the best. You seem to be the best at tire saving out there. What's the key to really keeping the rubber underneath this car?
Just be slow like I am, and then the rubber won't wear out.
Okay. Well, now you know you can push just a little bit harder out there to kind of keep up with the fuel there, Bill.
Yeah, can't wear out what you're not using.
There you go. All right, Bill, we are starting to grid up here, buddy. We'll let you get into the race car and get ready to go.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good luck, Bill. Oh, my gosh.
That's a strategy I haven't heard before.
Well, can't wear it off if you're not any fast. All right. Oh, boy. All right. Pace car is getting ready to roll. You know what that means. That means we are getting ready to make it happen here. And let's go ahead and get a look at our starting grid here for tonight. Of course, brought to you by the Perfect Shine Auto Spa. Here we go. Benjamin Lacey and Nick Nickerson, 1 and 2. If Nickerson had made it in the first round, boy, this would be a stacked top 6. Moving on to Brett Guzik, who sits third. He's currently our leader in the points by a single point, so hopefully he can spread that lead if he can. But John Osborne, another playoff driver, will be starting to his outside. Jackson Knox sits fifth next to Cody Welch. Good qualifying spot. Expect him to take the lead. I fear that it's going to be less than 10 laps, and something tells me he's going to try to shoot on by very early here. Kevin Foster sits 7th next to Connor Gibson. Matt Crockett is 9th, and David Lakey not bad here with the top 10 start, so he's going to be really moving on in that 84 machine. So Patsy Steele, watch out. He's going to be starting up high. Moving on to Ricky Hartz, who sits 11th. Bob Berry, another unfortunate elimination driver in the 75. He'll be starting in 12th. Moving on to Paul Wilson, Bill Harkins, Carter Phillips, and Ethan Sikorsky, rounding out the last of our field. Eddie Hagge sits dead last here. He's got a world of hurt here, as he definitely a lowest playoff driver back there with Ethan Sikorsky. Let's see how he does as we get this one to get kicked off here. Stella, are you ready to go?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go ahead and get these guys going here. Barney's got the green flag out. Here we go. Already, quick separation here by Nick Nickerson. Go ahead and squeeze out front as he definitely wants to start making headway as he's trying to scurry away from Benjamin Lacey. Lacey goes ahead and tucks behind in his Ford as he's going to play chase here on lap number 1. Brett Guzik and his Toyota sits 3rd. Not bad. Alright, a quick switch up there as Nickerson's going to lead our first lap here of the race. Watch that turn exit on 4 as the tires wear out. These guys will be greeting that wall more than once here tonight. Already moving up 4 positions is Eddie Hagge. Boy, oh boy, is he on fire. Right now he's getting ready to slide around. Looks like David Lakey. Yes, it is. David Lakey trying to hold on to it there. Lakey falls out of the top 10 to sit 12th. And he is on the move as we keep an eye out there. A watch on the tower as Cody Welch sits 6th. Whoop, Lakey, come on. Little blink there as it kind of holds on. Paul Wilson's moved up 3 positions already. Not bad out of the 82 Ford. Right now, Stella, 3 laps in here into this race. Would like to thank you all for joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting, bringing you the Bandit Racing League on this fine Wednesday night as we are watching these guys run it here at the Real Earth Films 153. Paul Wilson, we still have eyes on as he slides underneath Connor Gibson. Gibson gets pushed up the track just a little bit, but the 82 taking a very aggressive turn here on the bottom. Huge checkup, and Jackson knocks around.
Wow. And I was just thinking to myself, hey, we're doing great. Last 2 races we broadcast, they didn't make it the first lap, or not to mention the first turn. But here we are in lap 4 with our first caution of the night.
Holy cow. Jackson Knock trying his best not to tow. I don't think he's got anything left. Down to the pits he's going to go. Tow truck's out. First caution early here in this run. As I hate to see it for him, but he gets blown to bits.
Did.
Of course, our caution will be brought to you by LAT Racing Oils.
Yep, the high-performance race oil for the real world. Find them at latracingoils.com.
Now, I've got to say, watching just how these guys were sliding around out there, Eddie Hagge did come to a stop. I think he went off track, but was able to save it. That makes you wonder when Jackson Knox starts in the top 5, what got him out of shape? Let's take a look. Oh, the 8. Looks like Foster came up into him. Ouch.
That was a hard hit. Oop, got
Yeah.
a little piece of Connor Gibson. And Bob Berry trying to avoid, goes down and takes some company with him.
Yeah, Bob Berry looks like he clips the edge there of Eddie Hagge. I'm sure Barry's going to come down and double-check that car and make sure doesn't have any damage. Eddie Hagge, I'm sure, will as well. Boy, that was a rough spin here. Take a look at Eddie Hagge. This is them diving into 3. Gets ready to avoid the wreck. Oh. Yeah, I think Barry may have been able to save it, or I think the 30 car got into him, but Carter Phillips.
Yes. Yeah, it's like Carter Phillips had no idea what was going on in front. He had the 2 cars, and he did not realize there was checking up to be had.
Yeah, I got to admit there, Stella, when you do see guys checking up, sometimes it's harder to get there. But, boy, look right there. It's Foster. Yeah, Foster touches the paint when he rolls up. We'll see how Knox going to fare here. Like I said, he blows it there, but I think this immediately puts him a lap down or so, trying to get back underway.
Yeah, I believe he's already 2.
Yeah, 2 minutes. It should be most of the time 4 minutes under caution that this happens. Holy cow. Yeah, that is a tough run here for Jackson Knock, and we'll see if he is broken down completely or if he's going to be able to return. Right now I'm seeing our Knoxter out there having some trouble, and we'll see if we can...
fascinated as to why he didn't have our fast repair.
Yeah, what we're going to see right now is we get a hold of the 00 as the pace car lights are off. Jackson Knock, hey, I see you in the infield car care center. We able to fix this thing?
Yeah, it's good now. I might have come down just a tad bit. He also hit the apron at the same time I was coming down, so just a whole big mix-up of not good stuff. So,
boy.
But we'll get back out there. I think we're 2 or 3 laps down. But we'll see what we can do.
Well, a couple of quick cautions that you can avoid may be able to sling you back up there. This is going to be a tall order here, buddy. It's not quite like Bristol or short track where you might be able to fight back, but Jackson, how do we hang on there, buddy? Looks like you've got the Cody Welch flu here.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just going to drive and hope it works for us.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you out there.
Thank you.
All right, Stella
Speaking
Jackson.
of Cody Welch,
Go ahead.
Oops, sorry. Speaking of Cody Welch, he is up 3 places, already sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, already on the move here. Stella, if you wouldn't mind, double check and make sure Jackson Knock has returned back to his team. I got him up in the lounge, please. Currently, Nick Nickerson, Benjamin Lacey, and Brett Guzik currently sitting 1 and 2. That is not bad. Is right now Benjamin Lacey. Yep. He sees that 85. Here he comes. Right now, Cody Welch taking the outside, putting Brett Guzik into the rearview mirror. Brett Guzik flying on by here, as right now we are seeing them battle all over the place on the track. Right now, John Osborne getting kind of a weird turn into turn 1 and 2 here. Pretty nasty. There's the outside of Ricky Hart. He's going to come on through. Yep. GFR Racing Team coming into play here early. Right now on the outside is Ricky Hart. Watch Welch. Welch is going to be picking up the pace here. As he gets out front, currently he's trying to reel in Lacey, but he's got to start watching that tire wear, driving as hard as he is. Now those two continue on. We'll stick here with Matt Crockett and Ricky Hart. Matt Crockett still trying to hang into it there. Jackson Knock is ready to hang out there with his BC Sim Sport team. Job here right now. Ricky Hart still hanging on to it outside line. Budget out there and Jennifer both rooting on Cody Welch. Little wiggle here from the back. Paul Wilson getting in a little bit of trouble as he's starting to already be one of our first drivers to get the wiggles coming out of 4. Notice how the 28 of Ricky Hart comes down on Matt Crockett there a little bit. Definitely to pressure him into checking up, and he does. Boy, interesting line here, Stella, that we're seeing John Osborne do, running this bottom line consistently. Doesn't seem to get up close to the wall, but he hangs about mid-track and then drops back down to the bottom, and I don't know how that's going to fare for his tires out there. See, about mid-line, back on the bottom again. That's a tough line to ride. Already our top 3 getting a separation of about a second from the rest of the field. Right now, Cody Welch, last one in this group as we take a look back. He's laughing at this one as he's definitely able to drive away. Hopefully good pit stops work out for him. But Cody Welch has got to reach up here to Benjamin Lacey, who's trying to chase down Nick Nickerson. Nickerson's led every lap here so far, got the first lap pass, and slung on by.
Yeah, Redmond 62's out there rooting for him. But please note also, we've got Kevin Foster all the way in the back, 2 laps down. He just came back out of the pits on lap 8 for 45 seconds. He definitely had some damage he had to take care of there.
Yeah, well, Foster got a little unexpected issue here as he comes down into pits. I would say this may be a protest, whether he caused caution or not. I don't know if this was black flagged and ended up slinging him back out there. So we'll see. That's all stipulation here. Let's check back in on our lead as Benjamin Lacey is shot underneath. We come in right at the end of the pass. Nickerson goes ahead and waves that 7 car on by. Way too fast as we start lap number 14. 13 consecutive laps led by Nickerson, and now we're going to go with Benjamin Lacey. Watch as Cody Welch starts applying pressure here to Nickerson. Right now we sit on Welch's car. Boys, the way Welch is accelerating through these turns, you hear him hardly off the gas there. So he's definitely hammered down right now.
Well, that's what Eddie Hagge was saying, was that everybody was saying absolute pedal to the metal all the way. So I guess Cody Welch is showing us how it's done.
Well, unless they've got a solid setup that will do that, it's almost practically impossible to hold it all the way through. Yes, that may work in the first 8 to 12 laps, but I don't see that lasting 40. These cars are going to be slinging out of these turns right now. That thing, Cody Welch's car, looks like it is on a rail right now. He is currently flying around the track right now, running a 30.68. That's the fastest drive on the track currently. Here comes Welch. Welch to the bottom. And Nickerson's got a door full of him here. As we head into turn 3, there's Welch. Shoots underneath. That's going to cause him to wash up just a hair there. Welch gets back into his line, and Nickerson going to follow along. Now, I think Nickerson knows that right now Welch needs a solid finish here tonight, if not a win. So go ahead and let him on by and battle him much later here in the run. Stella, with fuel being about 40 laps, he gives us 40, 80, 120, and that's still going to be pretty close to the end.
That it is.
Plenty of pit stops here we're going to be seeing here tonight. Connor Gibson started 8th, has rolled back to the 9th position. It isn't the one who's lost the most. The one who's losing the most currently is Jackson Knock. Our playoff driver who's currently sitting in 16th was praying for a couple of quick cautions. Not many cautions can happen when drivers are spread out here on the track. Right now, Knock hopefully has not had his fate sealed here. Less than 20 laps in. Actually, less than 5 laps in is when that one was caused.
That's true. Yeah, he was currently in second in the point standings. So he may have a tiny bit of buffer, but don't count on it.
No, I would not want to count on it, especially with low finish. That's going to be pretty tough as we keep our eyes here on Connor Gibson. Connor Gibson, the 31, right now watching Paul Wilson and Ethan Sikorsky going at it. This might be his time to attack and use Paul Wilson to his advantage. Ooh, yeah, helps pull him on through. That's going to move Connor Gibson back to his qualifying position. And Ethan Sikorsky losing just one position, but that's not bad for 7 gained on the night. Keep seeing a couple of these guys seesawing around out there, whether they're going to be toward the front, toward the back. Right now, here comes Connor Gibson to the inside. I think he might have faded down too low, but we're going to see if he's going to dive to the inside here. Quick check up there for Paul Wilson. Here it comes to the left side. Boy, not bad. These cars handling very well out here tonight. As normally you see drivers start bobbing all over the track. Having a lot of trouble out there, especially when that air is taken off that rear spoiler. A little side door draft there for Paul Wilson. Gets Sikorsky a little bit loose. As Sikorsky's trying to make a run here to the inside. Not bad, not bad. And now some of these setups here. Makes me think a little bit about FMR Performance. Excellent sponsor that's joining here with the league. And they spin it out here. Hold on, Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson holds on to it. Ethan Sikorsky might have only scuffed the wall here. No caution's going to come out for that one, but an insane slide. We'll see if we can get any drone footage out there as the 94 checks up. David Lakey slowly working his way past here.
And David Lakey says, "Get me out of here." Yeah, it looked like he suddenly put on the afterburners just to escape from the danger zone there.
Yeah, well, that was an ugly pass there. And I guarantee you he puckered up on that one. Holy cow. So here was the little mix-up that these two had heading into the turn. Not quite sure what caught these two, but somebody nudged. Heading out of 2 into 3 here. Looked like Paul Wilson was getting ready to give him a scrub here. Right there.
Oh.
Yeah, Paul Wilson comes down. I don't think he saw him. Looks like Sikorsky's still chasing, though, but notice he doesn't seem to have the pace he had before. Checking the right side. Is that damage there to the right rear? Yeah, we may have a little fold in there at the right rear corner.
Okay.
So once again, here they come side by side yet again. Yep, another contact. Stella, what are you seeing out there?
I'm seeing somebody saying lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Yeah, what is going on with these two? Side by side. Yeah, I think Sikorsky's nervous about touching him there.
Yep.
Yeah, Sikorsky's got the jitters. All righty, checking back in. All right, Kelly Queel is asking what happened. Back on lap number 3, there was contact out there between Jackson Knock and Kevin Foster. Now, Jackson Knock, it said he came down a little bit. Foster came down and touched the bottom of the apron. And
popped him back up.
Right, on turn 3 and 4, which came up and clipped Jackson Knock and totaled his car out. Yeah, Sikorsky's annoyed. Well, I don't blame him here. Right now, this is a move the Intimidator would do. And right now, he's a little annoyed with the 82. Let me by here, or get out of the way. So right now, Stella, I got to admit, I'm loving the battle right here because these two guys right now, he's annoyed. He wants to get around. 82's blocking. 82 just seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time every time. And right now, I think Sikorsky's definitely trying to, quote, rattle his cage a little bit and try to see if he can shake it up a little bit to get him away or out of the way. Something's got to happen.
Yeah, but the only thing that worries me here is the losers will end up being Jackson Knock and Eddie Haggy, who is behind this, if they end up with a tangle up, because they're going to end up being so close that they get caught up in the mess too, and that's not fair.
Yep. Now here's Ethan Sikorsky to the inside. Whoa! Lanky almost comes down and clips him there. Holy cow. So Ethan Sikorsky slides through the turn. Here comes the 82. Holy cow. And you wouldn't believe this is a battle currently for the 9th position.
Yep.
And these two are not letting up at all. So right now, this may be the battle here of the race. Sikorsky and Paul Wilson going at it. Sikorsky's got everything to lose in this race. And Paul Wilson's going to send it into him. Oh my gosh. Eddie Haggy and Jackson Knock are about to...
We'll just say
they're about to start throwing
puckering.
helmets out the window.
Wow.
Holy cow, yeah. So Paul Wilson sends it into him there, and right now even Budget Off-Road is saying the tires are starting to fall off. You were not mistaken about that. So not as much adjustments or solid moves that you can make. But this is going to be pretty tough here. All right. Eddie Haggy working his way up, currently sitting in the 10th spot. He's going to try to go for it. Let's see if he gets punished. Eddie Haggy to the inside here. Got to make that move quick. Haggy gets through. No, hey, good, not bad. No wash up. Good job. So Eddie Haggy makes it up to the 9th position. Something tells me we have not seen the end of Ethan Sikorsky and Paul Wilson out there. Something tells me those two are going to rejoin back up after pits. As Sikorsky's got a long way to go. All right, congratulations here to Benjamin Lacey, who has got himself out to over 1.5 second lead here on the track. Real Earth Films doing an awesome job. That Ford came in on a pole position and set Nick Nickerson back in his original starting spot, which was to the outside of him. And right now, as we roll on back, this is the battle between Nickerson and Welch. These two have got something to say.
Yeah, I was thinking about Nickerson and Lacey at New Hampshire. The two of them out front. They finished a nice 1-2 in that one.
Yep. Looks like rejoining the fight here, Stella. Unfortunately, we roll back again to check out on Ethan Sikorsky, as it looks like I heard there was some contact being made out there. And these two are still chewing each other out. And I think this radio is about to get real ugly here in a second. We're not gonna radioactive this one. Something's up. Sikorsky's had enough.
Yeah, well, so's Bill. He's come down pit road, and I think he may be finding that his tires or his fuel is time to take care of business.
Yep, right side's up on Bill Harkins as he comes down pit road here. Looks like for him on lap 33. Back out he'll go. And he'll be chasing the field, as right now Nick Nickerson and Benjamin Lacey are going to be looking to put him some laps down here. Currently should be a single lap down. This is Nickerson
There's
and Welch.
one. Yep.
Boy. As the tire wear sets in, you can feel everybody starting to kind of aim where they need to be and how to get around. Haggy gets the 8th position here, and Welch having to fade off just a hair. Now, it's interesting to see Welch actually not fading up the track, sitting about halfway trying to see if he can outlast Nick Nickerson and get around him here. But Lacey with the fresh air out front is definitely capitalizing.
So do you figure these two would come down together into pit, or try to outlast each other when it comes to the tires and the fuel?
Oh my
Not
gosh!
Again. Come on.
My gosh! I went back in because I saw Sikorsky had gotten the angle, And right now, hopefully Sikorsky does not make a mistake here. Because right now, I guarantee you, RC's watching him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there it is.
It is.
And right now, hopefully, they are able to calm it down a little bit before RC squeezes them and pushes them into pit. So right now, Paul Wilson and Ethan Sikorsky going at it still. Oof.
Yeah, I would not like to see them have to serve a drive-through or end up being DQ'd, especially with one of them being in the playoffs.
Yeah, unfortunately, what this has done is Ethan Sikorsky does have damage now to that front lip.
Yeah.
And that is definitely going to punish him for the remainder here of this race. The worst part is, I think even from this angle and from our position here, you can feel the frustration. You know Ethan Sikorsky wants to get around Paul Wilson. He's kind of knocked him and beat him around a little bit, and I think Ethan Sikorsky's might be questioning as to why. Why is this happening? I mean, Ethan Sikorsky hasn't come out of this unscathed. The back end of his car is mashed in.
Oh, yeah.
So Paul Wilson has returned fire, and Ethan Sikorsky is trying to give it back to him. And we're not taking sides here in the booth. Not by all means. I'm not taking any sides here. But something's got to give. Somebody's got to cut this out. And I think right now, I think RC is definitely going to put a pinch on him here in the second, saying, give him the Days of Thunder move. I see you all touch paint one more time. That's going to be it. I'm going to disassemble your cars and make you put them back together. So, all right, Benjamin Lacey. Whoa!
Oh, good catch. Yeah,
all right.
These tires are history.
Yep. Now, speaking of history, Nick
Nickerson.
Nickerson might be in some trouble.
Yeah, he didn't make it either. He was off track coming into pits.
Yep. Well, let's see his pit lane entry here. I wonder if he missed pit road. Oh, made it past the commitment cone, but did he speed?
Don't know.
If he didn't, that is going to be impressive. Right now, they are not side by side, but they are front nose to tail here.
Now let's see if he's.
And there's a hold.
And he sped.
Yep. There's a hold. So Benjamin Lacey going to scram and get out of there. Remember, he already had almost a 2.5 second lead heading into pits.
Yeah, but wow, that's this makes a whole upheaval, because if he has to sit for 40 seconds, that's a lap.
Yep. All right. Currently, our top 6 drivers have yet to pit. They still have to come on down. John Osborne hasn't pit at all here tonight, and Brett Guzik is sitting down in the pits.
And for a bit of time too.
Yep. I'm wondering if Brett Guzik ended up fumbling as well on the way in.
Yikes.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at his entry into pit. Yeah, I'm not currently seeing anything.
I'm watching his time to see if it coincides with a hold, or if he's getting some damage fixed.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so early into the race, taking damage. Right now, he's over 50 seconds in the box.
Yes. That's more than I would... Okay, but if he had a 15-second pit stop and a 40-second hold, that works out 55 seconds.
Yep.
All right, John Osborne, Connor Gibson coming down, taking care of business.
Quick little breath here as we enter lap number 44. Eddie Hagge currently has the lead. Hagge, I think, is hoping a caution may come out because, unfortunately, he still has to pit. He did come down for a splash and go and check to make sure he had no damage on lap number 4, so he is able to stretch it out just a bit here. Definitely upset his time here tonight. Right now, remember, that Benjamin Lacey is currently still on the lead lap, sitting 5th, so he can kind of mark that he's about 25.5 seconds ahead. He doesn't want to take any more time, as seeing most of our pit lane time in and out on a good stop is between 42 and 44 seconds. So this will put him almost half a lap down before he can get back onto the track.
Yeah, and even though Paul Wilson and Ethan Sikorsky came down a lap apart, they are right together again.
I got
Maybe
a feeling
Bill
they
will
will.
play moderator.
Well, Bill is going to be caught in the middle, and hopefully he doesn't end up as the meat in the sandwich on this one.
Yes.
All right, Eddie Haggy and Bob Berry working their way out of pit currently. Haggy now falling down to 8th. Should be 9th. Paul Wilson and Ethan Sikorsky get on around him. And Eddie Haggy's trying to skirt the dirt here.
And we have David Lakey, Carter Phillips coming in.
And not bad.
Starting their maintenance.
Good pit stop there by Eddie Haggy, 42.8. In and out. 15 seconds even on his pit stop, so Eddie Haggy should be sitting, I believe, 7th as he continues his race. Paul Wilson will be next on his list to run him down. Benjamin Lacey leading this race. And he is out by 2 seconds over top of Cody Welch, who just crossed the start-finish line. And then we find almost 8 seconds back as Ricky Hart currently sitting 3rd. Huge separation here. Lacey enjoying his lead out front, but a caution to races at all.
Always.
We'll see if anything happens or comes of this. So Ethan Sikorsky with a 14.9 down in the box. We check in on the car. Still got damage to the nose.
Maybe it's just a little flare.
Right now you see Matt Crockett almost sliding across the back bumper there as he's thinking about taking a shot around. Interesting call here, what we saw for about 25 laps of those two going at it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm impressed that the two of them did not cause more damage to either themselves or anyone else. So perhaps they are finished, and we will continue to race hard.
Both of them sliding out of control, and both of them saving, and then coming back to attack.
Do it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Boys will be boys.
No.
I've been waiting for years to do that. Seriously?
All right, well, somebody who would love to get a caution out there would be Jackson Knock. But unfortunately, I believe we have all drivers all the way back to the 12th position that are a lap down.
Yeah, at least 4 people in front of him would have to get their wave arounds first before Jackson Knock will start to peel off those 2 laps he's down.
Yep, David Lakey currently sitting about 25 seconds back. That's only going to give him about a 5-second lead time over top of Benjamin Lacey before he goes a lap down. Yep. So right now, a lot of guys in the kind of buckling up here as they are getting really nervous about what happens. Here's Bob Berry. And he should be, I believe, last in this line. If we take a look back in that little speck, that should be Lacey.
Oh, there you go.
Lacey, ample lead here. A piece of
Can
cake.
we see
Here
the
it comes.
track layout with the little cars?
You'd like to see where our guys are. Car numbers.
Oh, wow. We are having some full coverage.
Yep.
My goodness. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Not a problem. So you see the number 7 and getting ready to hit the start-finish line. Up top here, the 75 of Bob Berry, and then that clutch of cars in front of him is the end of our lead line.
Okay.
So he is getting ready to catch him. 85 of that red dot that you see chasing the 7, that's Cody Welch. Trying to run him down, but still holding about a 2-second lead is Benjamin Lacey.
Yeah, because you'd figure Nick Nickerson should have been right in between the two of them, but for that hold.
Yep, but not with a speeding penalty. He goes down to 14. Patsy Steele hoping David Lakey can come in clutch here. Lakey's up to 8. He's starting to make some decent progress here. Lakey did come down to lap number 46, so his tires are much fresher than most of the drivers out here.
And he's managed to stay out of the hubbub.
Yep. So Jennifer out there kind of rooting on Cody Welch to close that gap. Unfortunately, he loses about another 3/4 of a second here over the past couple of laps to Benjamin Lacey. Still, if Lacey cannot win this one, a second place would definitely help his points chase here. Definitely then be worth it. As these drivers continue knocking off a few of these laps, we're going to get a shout out from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hey there, Bandit Racing League fans. Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you all about GeezerAuthentics.com, your place for official Bandit Racing League merchandise. Let's check out some of our hot new items, including the Jackson Knock t-shirts that come in a variety of sizes and colors, just the same as our new 785 Racing hoodies. They come in a variety of colors to keep you warm and toasty this winter season. You can also see our SimTraX broadcasting merch to rep your favorite broadcaster, with some desk pads and some water bottles and various other merchandise, as well as our GFR Racing team shirts to rep each and every driver on one of the best teams in Bandit. Go check out GeezerAuthentics.com to see how you can support the series and your favorite drivers.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
FMR Performance, Fred Mott Racing. That's performance aftermarket products for your everyday hot rod. They sponsor Bandit Racing League, and you can look for them on Facebook and on eBay under Fred Mott Racing. But let's not forget one of our other sponsors, Apex Sim Racing. They deliver all the sim racing components from all the major brands. When you make your purchase from Apex Sim Racing, use the code BANDIT on all the products, and the league will receive a percentage of that sale. All that percentages goes right back into the league. So find them at apexsimracing.com.
All right. Appreciate you guys getting a shout out from all our other sponsors as well. LAT Racing Oils and the Bandit Racing League and Geezer Authentics. As we tune in there for our commercial break. Ricky Hart currently, you see him battling along there with Brett Guzik. Guzik, unfortunately, is sitting in the 13th spot, a lap down. So this is still Ricky Hart in a battle not worth fighting. But one he might want to consider start fighting is that number 31 that is slicing underneath of him here. 31 Chevrolet, our Canadian, fighting for here. And boy, fights him back. No can do. So it looks like Ricky Hart sends him back to the motherland there and tells him no can do. And they'll have to fight another day to go back at it. So plenty of separation from a lot of our drivers out there as the track continues to spread out. Greg Smith still rooting on the 84 out there. Seeing if Cody Welch can come up with a plan. He's now down 3 seconds. I would say, Stella, when you only got about 17 drivers out here, this is how it kind of unfolds. Is not having any cautions. Guys, if you want to join the Bandit Racing League, there's nothing stopping you other than fear and opportunity. So make it happen. Get to it.
Well, this track actually is pretty good for racing in general. I mean, I look back at the last time these guys were at Texas, a couple of our other leagues at Texas, and 2, 3 cautions is pretty standard.
Normally, they're just kind of slip-ups out there. You know, somebody didn't expect to set a tire wear or slipping and sliding. Normally, you don't see any cautions thrown for people spinning out down pit road. So I think right now, Bradley Shin actually might have an easy night here tonight. I think the big hype that we saw out there was with Sikorsky, which I think currently he is fighting, a couple of the leaders there.
Well, if so, he's doing it from a lap down.
Yep. Now Sikorsky's out there trying to battle Bill Harkins and Carter Phillips, but he goes ahead and lets Cody Welch on by. As Welch is now held up by some lap traffic. This is now giving him another half a second back. So rough race here. We are
now, how
taking a
did
look at.
Benjamin Lacey get past them?
Now Benjamin Lacey already flossed past him. He just had a good timing. Good timing. He slung on by. Budget Off-Road's asking out there for some last lap times, and I've got him out there on the tower. You guys can take a peek. Yes, the fall off getting pretty intense. Best time out there for Benjamin Lacey has been almost a 30 seconds flat. Is currently running a 31.74. So yes, Welch may be actually running slightly faster laps. And some a little slower. You see that one. He almost undoes his gains from the previous lap, and that is because of the lap traffic that he's having to fight through. Whoa,
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Did you see that? Carter Phillips. Looks like he slips way out of there. Remember, last time we pit was back on lap 40. So we are already 30 laps into these tires. And I'm wondering if we're going to see anybody come on down, and we are. Bob Berry.
Yeah, who I would not expect to see to come down yet would be Eddie Hagee and David Lakey. Both of those two seem to be maintaining their speeds pretty well, or at least better than most everybody else. So they must be conserving those tires nicely.
Yep. All right. Now we are starting to kind of squeeze it down a little bit here. Our top 8 drivers, the last ones on the lead lap. Once again, David Lakey may be under fire out there for going a lap down. Remember, he kind of scurried away to get away from Benjamin Lacey, but it looks like he's going to reel him back in. It does kind of show you an impressive drive here that Benjamin Lacey is putting down. So far, only one caution here tonight, that being back on lap 3. We have been we've been green flag ever since. Already had a green flag pit stop. Some guys coming in between lap 33 and lap 46. So as the different pit strategies start to kick in here, Stella, we should see pit road start heating up. Bob Berry was our first one to come on down, giving him his 3rd visit. And I think there may be trouble with the car.
Oh, no. He's not still sitting in there, is he?
Nope, but it looks like Bob Berry has taken it to the garage here for the night.
He has. Either that or a mechanical disconnect.
Yep. So rather unfortunate here for the 75 machine. Lap number 73 is underway here at the Real Earth Films 153. Brought to you by that sponsor right there on the hood.
So do you think, since he's trying to cut it 40, 40, and 40, as you were mentioning at the beginning of the broadcast, we should look for Mr. Lacey to come in about 7 laps?
Yep. I would say. I mean, that's definitely a fair assumption.
Okay.
So if not, seeing right now Benjamin Lacey's pace, he could even maybe hang out a lap or 2 longer.
The only thing I would think about that is he had a little bit of a rough time making that pit entry at lap 40.
Yes.
Maybe he would want to pull it back a lap or whatnot, I'd be afraid of running into the same problem Nick Nickerson did.
Yep.
Sliding in.
Yeah, Lacey actually was able to beat Cody Welch off the line by at least a quarter of a second total pit lane time.
Okay.
So Benjamin Lacey's pit stall time was longer, but the lane time was shorter, so not bad. So right now, as Benjamin Lacey sitting in that number one spot, he can just hold it to the floor on the way out of pits. Cody Welch may have had to check up and hit pit lane speed.
Hello out there, Missy. Yep, Kevin Foster, he's still racing. He's a little behind the game, but he's still out there promoting his sponsor and promoting the league.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Foster out there with Ultimate Towing. Somebody who had to use a tow here tonight was Jackson Knock. Unfortunately, has been unable to recover. Ultimate Towing doing a great job, and he gets back to it. Ethan Sikorsky now down pit road. Left side's going on. He'll be getting back out there soon.
A 15 flat in the box.
Boy, not bad. It's exactly the same time that Eddie Haggy had during his last pit stop, where Haggy still maintains right now in that 6th position. He wants 5th, and he's looking right at it. As Ricky Hart currently sits in his way, he's going to see if he can get him here. Down to the bottom, Haggy.
Wow.
And great pass.
Sends it.
And Jennifer saying we need a caution as Welch comes on in.
Yep, he couldn't wait, Jennifer. He had to go.
All right, so Welch now entering the box. Waiting to see when Benjamin Lacey does. Kelly Queel asking for a couple of them.
There you go.
Yeah, well, we'll at least get 2 of our drivers back onto the lead lap.
I think Paul Wilson is coming in.
Yep.
I
Here
was
comes
kinda
Lacey.
curious. Aha. I think he's good.
Yeah, a lot better than last time. Coming on down. Here comes John Osborne. As Osborne stays out, he came down last time on lap 43. So he's going to hang out there for probably 2 or 3 more laps. I would be interested to see if John Osborne decides not to. And comes down the exact same time, if not a lap later, because of the amount of fall off that we're dealing with here. He's still running under 32-second laps out there, which is definitely useful.
Can't say that of Connor Gibson. He's already over 32. Having that they both came down at the same time on lap 43, yeah, his conservation of tires does not seem to be the same.
Yep. So we'll see how this does for Benjamin Lacey as he wraps around this next time. 41.52 was his speed up lap. And we'll see how Lacey does. As you'll see, he'll probably be braking around that 30-second mark again. He is definitely making up a ton of time here. Lacey only down by 28.5 seconds, and he's picking up over a second a lap. So definitely showing you those fresh tires are doing exactly what they do best. Helping these guys get that traction that they desperately need. So 2 green flag cautions here. Jesus. 2 green flag pit stops.
Okay. I was
Green
trying to
flag
rewind that
cautions.
going, what?
No, I was saying 2 green flag pit stops, only 1 caution
Yes.
here on the night.
That's good. That's
All right,
good.
let's check back in as Brett Guzik, I believe, is working his way out of the pits, as well as Kevin Foster.
Nick Nickerson just advanced past Jackson Knock.
Yep. Right now, Nickerson did come down and pit on lap number 78.
Yes.
Knox still needs to visit pit road. John Osborne and Connor Gibson coming on down.
Here they come. All
Yep.
right.
That only leaves us with a handful left. Eddie Haggy, one of them. David Lakey, another. And Carter Phillips. 30 car being pretty quiet here tonight.
Oh, Kevin Foster's off track. He must have had a bad entrance.
Whoa.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm trying to see what... Looks like he slipped out of 4.
Oh. Okay. And then they put him in there. Already?
Yeah, not having a good night.
No.
I don't see anybody in the infield car care center. So maybe we'll see Kevin Foster. Yes, we will. We will see him take it to the garage.
I heard something the other night. A driver had taken it back and he said, you know, I just wasn't having any more fun tonight. It was not fun. So maybe tonight is Kevin's.
Yeah, I've heard even some drivers noted as just stop the bleeding.
Oh.
Because it's not only that. I think you're racing around out there showing your sponsors, but you don't want your sponsors to see you getting totaled out or wrecked up or anything like that. Which I hate seeing. The OxyClean machine has gotten the worst of it here. Benjamin Lacey takes over the lead. Let's see how far before Welch is behind him here. And I think it is impressive. An 11-second gap.
My goodness.
Wow. Came in 2 laps later and doubles his distance. Boy, Benjamin Lacey is just running away with this race here. Missy and Kelly Queel not going to be real happy out there about Kevin Foster having to retire. So, Stella, where should we see Kevin Foster next?
You mean like next race?
Yes.
Oh, okay, just making sure. I mean, I didn't know if he was going to be in Disney World or Dairy Queen or... Okay, he will be at the Dover 153, sponsored by yours truly, SimTraX, at Dover.
Right. Good. We head back to the Concrete Mile. That'll be a blast. Kelly Wheel out there, you can say Benjamin Lacey. Yeah, right now that guy is something else. I mean, it's hard to put the camera on him because he's no one's around him. I see Jackson Knock trying to give him a little run for his money there. As he came in on lap number 81. Benjamin Lacey came in on 79, and Knock wants a lap back. Lacey gonna go ahead and let him do it. This may be some time to get a little fuel conservation, following behind the 00. Definitely an interesting race here so far, Stella. Right now, it's everybody's separated and everybody's spread out. Take a look at the track. As the number 1 you see down at the bottom of the track there, entering turn 1 as you see the 2. That would be, yep, you guessed it, Cody Welch.
My goodness.
11 seconds back.
That is almost half the track.
Yep. Now, if you consider it, 1 caution scrubs it. So right now, Benjamin Lacey's just hoping this thing stays green for the remainder here of this race. running the SimTraX Monster? Possibly. Maybe. I would say even if we were to get a caution, the only person going to be getting a lap back is going to be Paul Wilson. That's the only unfortunate part. It would help clump some of these guys out there together. They're trying to make some positional gains, like Ethan Sikorsky and Matt Crockett back here for 10th and 11th. But they would still be battling for laps down. Would require our top 6 drivers to pit and then everybody else stay out, which obviously you guys can see would be absolute suicide for the remainder of their race unless there's another quick caution right after that. So just kind of putting that in perspective out there, it would require the top 6 drivers to pit and the rest of the top 14 to stay out. And that would at least get our top 7th through 14th back onto the lead lap. But they would be on almost 20 lap old tires. Yeah, that'd be a hard call. I think I'd have to come down and pit. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at some of the biggest gaps between the winners, between, I guess, the winner of the race and the second place.
Yep.
And we're looking at maybe 4-6 seconds tops. This is pretty amazing.
Yeah, right now, untouchable is Benjamin Lacey here on this race. I mean, once he got out front, got around Nick Nickerson, he has never looked back. He has just been hammered down at this track. So if you are thinking if you've got a problem here at Texas, you might want to get a hold of this guy. Benjamin Lacey is on a tear here. That is absolutely amazing. Still holding about that 11-second gap. Doesn't seem to really be pressing any harder. He's got this out by a large margin here. Still looking at least one more pit stop before checkered flag. So anything can happen though. Still, we've seen right now Benjamin Lacey came in and pit on lap number 79, which was a little bit earlier, but he did take a few caution laps. So should we see him return? 119.
We shall see. He's been doing some amazing stuff with those tires. But he did come down, like you say, on 79, so he took that one short from doing the 40s and 40s.
Yep. All right, here we are queuing in our pass for third. Not bad. This is going to help John Osborne immensely, especially in the chase. He continues to come away with a little bit of a spread here. Trying to see if he can get away from Connor Gibson. And Eddie Hagge are closely chasing behind. That does leave us with every playoff driver except Jackson Knock in the top 10. Most of them are clumped in, really, that top 6. The only oddball is Ricky Hart, who's in there. Breaking it up just a little bit.
Don't call him an oddball.
Well, the 28 not in the playoff, but still out there racing. So awesome job here. This is David Lakey working his way around Paul Wilson.
Give himself a shot at the lucky dog. 100 laps into this 153 lap race.
Yep, real earth film for 153 here at Texas. Appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting. Don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe. That way you guys can get the best here in iRacing. We're here with the Bandit Racing League here on Wednesday nights. As the playoffs continue here, we head to Dover next week for the Monster Mile. We are interested to see how that one is going to unfold. This one almost seems all but over. For Benjamin Lacey, who's led every lap, took over on lap 14 and has never looked back since. As his lead continues to grow, 11 now to 12 seconds. This is pretty impressive here. David Lakey having a good run here so far. Currently, yeah, lap down, but sitting in 7th. Right now, it'll take a right while for Benjamin Lacey to find Eddie Hagge. Hagge is sitting back about 19 seconds. And this is Hagge actually starting to apply pressure here to Connor Gibson.
Oh, yeah. Well, those two are sitting 3 and 4 right now. If either one of them can get a little bit of a boost on the other, it will help them going into next week's race.
Yep. Right now, I thought Eddie Hagge had passed Connor Gibson at one point here on the track. And I think he's caught back up to him again. Right now, Eddie Hagge hitting 2 laps later than Connor Gibson, so his tires are slightly fresh. And his time down in the pit box was sitting about 0.4 faster. As we take a look at Eddie Hagge going to the inside here of Connor Gibson. Gibson squeezes him. Start-finish line, they're still going at it. Eddie Hagge looks like he backs off a little bit. Expect Hagge to go to the top, try to diamond this turn, and see if he can get any speed on him on the exit. So we're looking at least 10 laps now before guys start having to pit. Right now, this is going to be Ricky Hart, Connor Gibson. This is 4, 5, and 6. These guys clumped the closest together. Ricky Hart watching all this happen.
I was looking at first, second, and third place. Lacey, Welsh, Osborne. You realize all 3 of them are below the cut line for next week.
Really?
Yes. Benjamin Lacey's in 5th, Osborne in 6th, Welsh is in 8th. So, if they finish in this place, which right now I will not call because we're only 2/3 of the way through, it will make quite the shakeup, because I'm looking at points-wise, between 1st and 7th is only 10 points.
Hart gets a little bit loose here as Connor Gibson goes ahead and works his way on around. So does Eddie Hagge.
2 for 1.
Yeah, I think Ricky Hart got a little mixed up there when Matt Crockett had to go to the top line. As Matt Crockett there, the number 15 Ford. Right now, Matt Crockett sitting in the 11th place. If he wishes to get to 10th, of course, he's the guy he's looking for, 5 seconds ahead. Let's keep an eye here on Eddie Hagge and Connor Gibson. These two still looking for one more position, and that'll give us an unbroken top 5 of playoff drivers.
There it is.
All right, still no takers down the pit yet. Separation here to see if Eddie Hagge is going to be able to slide farther forward. Ricky Hart to the inside. Eddie Hagge going to see if he can pull through this turn. And he does. Great sponsor there on the quarter panels.
I recognize that name.
How about that? All right, LAT Racing Oil's definitely got its money's worth at Bristol. It only gets a single caution flag here tonight. The caution flag involving Jackson Knock, Carter Phillips, and Kevin Foster. Eddie Hagge was almost involved, but he ended up spinning out of track.
Yeah, that Bristol race, I mean, 14 cautions they had, which equated to 56 laps. And 56 laps out of 158, I mean, that's like 1/3 of them were under caution. But here, take a look. We've got our first taker, Ethan Sikorsky, coming down pit road.
Yeah, Sikorsky taking an early stop here. Still, I think might bring him up short on fuel. We'll see. If he takes care of it, I've heard you can go almost 45 laps. So Sikorsky is able to hang out there a little bit longer and take care of those tires and that fuel cell. He should have a good chance at retaining position.
That's tight.
Yep. Let's check back in on Eddie Hagge, who's currently still sitting in that 5th spot. Wanting to find a little more, pay a little more attention, see if he can get a little bit closer. Now, I would question almost things like Cody Welch's position. What can he do? I mean, even if he did fuel and go, it would only cut the lead in half.
Yeah. Yeah, he's running almost 15 seconds at this point.
Yeah, and only half a second behind since John Osborne. All right, here's the pass attempt here for Eddie Hagge. This is for 4th.
That was odd.
Definitely trying to keep it separated. Don't want any netcode trouble to happen now.
Agreed.
Wow, quick switch up here. Good Lord, show me something.
There we go.
Welch has been passed by Osborne. Welch coming on down. As Hagge completes the pass there to Connor Gibson. This moves him currently to the 3rd position.
Nicely done.
Yeah, not bad for the 785 team. They're definitely showing it tonight. Definitely flexing a little muscle out there on the track.
So 116 looks like where we're going to be pushing it with Cody Welch. Wow, coming back out of pit. And you say they can make that? You figure 40 plus? Okay, 157. Yep, that's tight.
Yeah, unless there's a late race caution, then we're going to have guys going back out there or coming back down for that last set of tires that they have been allotted here tonight.
To me, it looks like they've been all taking 4 sets of tires each time.
Oh, yeah.
And most of them have come down 3 times. So so 1, 2.
Yellow flag. Caution is out.
No.
Caution is out. Ethan Sikorsky is destroyed.
Oh.
Right front wheel is broken off here.
I mean, gone off.
And something tells me the 82's involved.
No.
The 82 also down pit road. Could it have happened?
Oh.
Could it have happened? Could the two have re-met out there on the track and diced it up?
We'll find out.
No way. Caution is out for the 2nd time here tonight. Brought to you by LAT Racing Oils. Let's see what happens to these guys.
Oh.
Dude.
Yep.
Well, Stella, I would say between these two, not intentional, because you see the 82 here. Yeah, and once he starts the door draft, it takes a little bit off that rear spoiler. Yeah, and Sikorsky just following up the line, how they were supposed to fade up the track, and had no clue that the 82 had broken loose.
Absolutely destroyed both vehicles.
Yes.
I mean, not like one got damaged and the other one, no. Both of them. Now, either one of them have a fast repair left?
Ethan Sikorsky should, yes. But both of them having to tow, this is really going to set Ethan Sikorsky into the hole. All right, so
yeah,
with this being under caution, remember we were talking about that extra set of tires.
Yes.
So currently you see Benjamin Lacey joining down pit road here on lap 119. I don't blame him. Got to have the freshest tires out there if you want to win this one. The one I'm circling right now is, where is Cody Welch and why is he in 8th? Currently, he came down to lap 114.
Yes. Well, we still have Brett Guzik, who hasn't come down yet. But why he's in 8th, I do not know.
Boy, some of these guys are going to be scratching their heads after this one. I would say Cody Welch probably has the upper hand here.
Yeah, there's some wave arounds or something to happen.
Yeah, Brett Guzik, Cody Welch, Matt Crockett should be getting a wave around here.
Bill Harkins is in the lead behind the pace car, and he is currently sitting 13th.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Bill Harkins goes on by. Yep. Wave rounds.
There we go. And Brett Guzik goes down to get that set of tires.
Yep. Coming on down now. Jay out there calling strategies. Oh, yeah. It's happening now. This is what that extra set of tires is for. The 82 of Paul Wilson has retired for the night, as that car was absolutely destroyed.
Well, it looks like Ethan Sikorsky may not have had a fast repair either.
Yeah, currently still waiting for him to return. He should have had a fast repair. He didn't have enough damage to need it, so we'll see. He's still serving possible tow time here. He's up to the 4-minute mark.
It does not fix and then make you wait. It makes you wait and then fix?
Yes.
Got it.
So after his car fixes, then he should be getting 4 tires on. And then he'll be back at it. Double stacking here. Benjamin Lacey's astronomical lead has been wiped.
And John Osborne is right behind him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Green flag getting ready to fly here once again.
Now we have a shootout.
Starting in the back is Cody Welch. And he's going to have to fight through an entire field to get up there. And right now, that is not looking good. Still a 7th place finish for him. Let's see how he does. Connor Gibson holding on to the 5th spot. Tough run here as Connor Gibson on the outside. Notice how he's got Ricky Hart to the inside. Haggy still sits in 2nd as Osborne falls down to 3rd. Haggy going to try to run down Benjamin Lacey, but Lacey's just got this thing on a rail here tonight. He's out to a half-second lead immediately. All right, let's check in on our 2nd place driver. Is Eddie Haggy is trying to stay out in front of Ricky Hart. But Ricky Hart is now past John Osborne. Yeah, Osborne trying to get it going here in the surge machine. Man, it used to be a heck of a soda back in the day. All right, lap 124 is underway. 28 machine on the outside. That Ford's going to get put in the rearview mirror of John's Toyota. Ooh, yeah, nice crossover. Crossover, John Osborne. Seeing if he can fend him off here. No can do. We lose him just out of sight. There's the 28. Big red propane Ford getting out there. Not bad. Ricky Hart definitely showing his skill level here at Texas. A good run here so far. I know race control going to be a little bit busy out there. I don't know if Ethan Sikorsky's considering on throwing almost a challenge flag out there, seeing if something happened. Ooh. Matt Crockett almost rotating up and smacking the side of the 30 there of Carter Phillips. See if they can still hang on here. A little blockiness there from Matt Crockett as they continue this battle on. Right now, Lacey not getting away as far as he had hoped.
No.
As Haggie's holding him to under half a second. Expect Lacey to kind of toy with him here, and there's no way you build a 14-second lead off of luck. Lacey may just be hanging back just enough here as Haggie is getting closer and closer.
Cody Walsh is fixing to pass David Lakey, I believe, or is going to take a shot at it.
Yep. That'll be the spot for number 6. Yep, there he goes. Blasts on by. Remember, Lakey was also in fear of going a lap down there. Right before that caution came out.
Pretty good now. I'd rather be at 4 seconds behind than 24 seconds behind.
Yeah. I think you'd rather be up there where Hart is, too.
Well, okay.
He's been running second all night, and now he's having a fight through the field. And he's got to make up almost 2 1/4 seconds to find Connor Gibson for the next pass, which is way up here. So 25 laps left to go. Only 2 cautions here on the night. First one on lap 3, second one on lap 115. Looks like Paul Wilson had a little bit of a spin out there. Coming through 1 and 2, coming down and making contact with Ethan Sikorsky. Now, the worst part is those two have been fighting here early in the race. If you guys are just now joining us, those two have been bumping and banging each other, folding a couple door panels in.
Definitely a chin spoiler, too.
Yeah, definitely the rear bumper and the front. They have been mashing each other up, and oddly enough, brings out our second caution of the night. Just a little bit of a misstep there, causing some trouble out there on the track. Not bad here. Watching these cars cook by us at over 180 miles an hour. Pretty impressive to reach that kind of speed at a 1.5 mile track. See much of the same next week when you guys join us here at Dover for the Bandit Racing League, and that will be round number 2, elimination round. Guys will be getting sent home. This is the critical race here. A very ill-timed caution here on lap 115 has caused our guys to get mushed up again and battle their hearts out to keep it. Stella, we were talking about Haggie being on that cutoff line. Definitely, this is a good night for him.
Oh, yeah. Mind you, he is still running second place, but he is up 15 places and is only 1/2 second behind Benjamin Lacey. So, sitting in third, having a nice finish like this, I think he might be putting a good, solid set of footprints in the cement as far as staying in the top 4.
He's definitely put a good race together, though, as he's definitely found out where he needs to go and get this thing happening. Right now, there's see if anything's going. Kelly Queel is rooting on Nick. See if we can get Nick Nickerson up one more spot. Nick does need to make like a 1.5 seconds to find Brent Guzik out there. Pretty tough. Guzik having a rough night as well. Remember, a quick speeding penalty ended up putting him a lap down.
Yes.
And I think that tripped up half our field is just with speeding penalties down pit road.
Yeah, 40 seconds to have to sit and twiddle your thumbs when 31 seconds is a full lap. That's painful.
Yep. Stella, mathematically, does Ethan Sikorsky have the ability to make it next round? I'm fairly certain he was sitting in the 7th position.
7th position with 2,032 points. That puts him 11 points down. I believe they do 1 point per place, starting at 43, 42, 41, like that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Even though the bottom half of that top 8 are going to get some top positions here tonight, as we're definitely kind of keeping an eye on Cody Welch out there and seeing if he can pass David Lakey, which he is not. He's lost 1.4 seconds from David Lakey.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the only saving grace he would have this evening would be the fact that it's a very small field. No? So.
Oh, rather than finishing like 31st?
Yes. Yes. So, let's see. So conceivably, he would end up with, say, 24 points tonight.
I just wasn't sure if there was a possibility of needing to win an in here. All right, let's check in on Eddie Hagge, sitting in that 2nd spot. Right now, Ricky Hart and John Osborne starting to pick up the pace here with 14 laps left to go. Right now, we're definitely hoping for a good finish here out of both these drivers. We'll see if we have an opportunity to see if we can talk to the 94 machine out there, and I want to see if he has any ability to give us any sort of an input. Ethan Sikorsky, you got a copy on us out there, buddy?
I do.
All right, Ethan Sikorsky, tough run here tonight, dude. Man, what in the world, in the lamest terms, what in the world was going on out there with you and Paul Wilson at the early parts and the early stages of this race?
Well, I don't want to get into too much. I don't want to say anything that's wrong, and I certainly don't want to point fingers until I actually get to look at it. But
yeah.
As far as I know, he came down on me in the straight, and I said something, obviously addressing it, being angry when I should have just kept my mouth shut. I guess it just down escalated from there. So.
Yeah. We noticed you two bumping each other along out there, and I know it kind of was getting a good scrap. We had you guys hitting the camera there for a good while. But tough race here at Texas, man. It moves us on to Dover. I would say it's going to be a tough race out there. A lot of things are going to have to fall your way. You know, when we head to the Monster Mile, I mean, do you still go there with a chip on your shoulder after a night like tonight?
Unless some sort of miracle happens, I don't know.
Yeah, I understand,
I haven't really
buddy.
run a whole lot of laps there, so I can't really tell or say.
It's a blast. I would say is a fantastic track. It's shaped like a mixing bowl. A lot of speed out there. Unlike Bristol, you can't get a whole lot of speed getting up. But man, the turn exits at that track are fantastic, and definitely a race to watch, man. Can't wait to see what we got going on. But Ethan Sikorsky, man, I hate to see that 94 Toyota down in pits. I know it got blasted to pieces there right at the end, and hopefully we'll be able to see you come back and keep your spirits up there, buddy.
Yep.
All right, Ethan Sikorsky trying to hold on to his words there. You can feel it. Definitely don't want
Good job.
Yeah, we don't want to poke him too much there, as I know it's definitely a touchy subject, as his possible playoff hopes have been kind of erased here. I hate seeing that for him, especially when it involves fighting with another with a non-playoff driver out there. But I'm not quite sure. We're kind of asking how it started and whatnot. I guarantee it will be scrutinized of how it goes. But with 9 laps left to go here, Eddie Hagge sitting in that 3rd spot as John Osborne was able to overcome him and get into that number 2 spot. Benjamin Lacey now just kind of coasting here, 1.3 seconds out. And nothing but empty racetrack in front of him.
That has got to feel good.
Oh, yeah. Feels just about as good as some of the equipment that you can get from Apex Racing out there. You're thinking about getting into sim racing, check them out. You're able to get the steering wheels, pedals, the whole shebang. And don't forget to use what code, Stella?
Bandit.
Not El Bandito. Bandit, baby. That's definitely, I'll knock a little bit of juice off of that, and then that way you guys can get hooked up with the good stuff. Come out here and race with these guys. And you can even ask Jay out there in the chat. Equipment does matter. The cheap stuff will get you there, but it don't get you home. Jay out there was able to upgrade some of his equipment, and he was able to get that car moving a little bit faster. He can feel that force feedback. Do a great job. All right. 6 laps left to go here as this race is winding down for the Real Earth Film 153 here at Texas. You're here with SimTraX Broadcasting, bringing you the Bandit Racing League here on Wednesday night. Next week will be Dover. You'll be here for the lightning round when we go through our interviews with our drivers out there. So don't go away. We want to see what kind of what they have to say about the race car here tonight and see how it goes. Redmond out there saying, come on, 7, keep her clean and smooth. Man, I don't think he's got a worry in the world right now. I think he's already, I think his pit crew's already starting to zip it up and get ready, starting to push the pit box into the trailer. We are done. Benjamin Lacey only sitting about 9 miles from winning this one.
Yeah, I think he'll get a bonus point for laps led.
Yeah.
Or most laps led. Yeah, I don't know if bonus points, though, count here at this point in the rounds, but he would definitely earn one in my book.
Yeah. Redmond out there saying still 5 laps is a long way to go. Yes, it is, but I believe right now Benjamin Lacey is coasting. As there's no way. The rest of the field holding him by a 1.25 seconds. Nah. He had 4 seconds on the first pit stop. And was able to stretch it out farther than that. And then was able to over double his time. All right, Mama Goose out there. Yep, go ahead.
Oops, sorry. You've told me before that when a driver sponsors a race, a lot of times that's them kind of saying, "This is my race. This is, how watch out for me."
The Babe Ruth calling the shot.
There you go. I think we may see evidence of that here.
Yes. Yep. He's less than 2 miles from coming away with the win on this one. Great job here by Benjamin Lacey. See, it definitely drove a beauty here.
We are white flag. Final lap, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, not bad. Right now, I think Eddie Hagge wants to make sure he holds on to that 3rd position. It's currently, right now, Ricky Hart is taking a peek here and there. Boy, look at that. Right now, Jackson Knox still going to be able to get an 11th place finish here.
Okay.
Great job. And to the finish line. Here he comes. Benjamin Lacey winning it. John Osborne 2nd and Eddie Hagge in 3rd.
good, very good.
Yep, Cody Welch with a 7th place finish. I know he won more than that. Just an ill-timed caution got him. We'll definitely keep you guys apprised of where these points land. Brad Guzik, although a lap down, was able to come in 8th. Yeah, I think Jackson Knock will be unseated from the 2nd position. That's going to be the shuffle-up. That's why Jackson Knock had to keep driving here tonight. That way he would be able to come away with an awesome finish. Benjamin Lacey, what a job here he did tonight. So another driver from the 785 team making it happen.
Here are your final standings for the race results for this evening. Looking at Benjamin Lacey in first, followed by John Osborne, Eddie Hagee, Ricky Hart, and Connor Gibson doing our top 5. David Lakey, Cody Welch, Brett Guzik, Nick Nickerson, and Matt Crockett finishing off our top 10. And followed by Jackson Knock, Bill Harkins, Carter Phillips, Ethan Sikorsky, Paul Wilson, Kevin Foster, and Bob Berry. That's our 17 racers for this evening.
All right. Awesome job by all our drivers. Hang in there, guys. Lightning round upcoming.
Hey, Bandit Racing League viewers, Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you about BanditRacingLeague.com, your place for all things Bandit Racing League information. Check out any of the pages on the site, including the schedule, to find out where we'll be the rest of Season 13. You can also check out the broadcast page to see past and future SimTraX broadcasting productions of the BRL. You go to our About page and you can sign up and learn more about the series and maybe be one of our newest drivers in Season 14. You can also go to our point standings to find out who's on the cutoff line to make the Season 13 playoffs, and finally see the results of our most recent race. Best of all, it's got links to Geezer Authentics as well as our live broadcasts, so you can get all your Bandit content.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Hey there, Bandit Racing League fans. Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you all about GeezerAuthentics.com, your place for official Bandit Racing League merchandise. Let's check out some of our hot new items, including the Jackson Knock t-shirts that come in a variety of sizes and colors, just the same as our new 785 Racing hoodies. They come in a variety of colors to keep you warm and toasty this winter season. You can also see our SimTraX broadcasting merch to rep your favorite broadcaster, with some desk pads and some water bottles and various other merchandise, as well as our GFR Racing team shirts to rep each and every driver on one of the best teams in Bandit. Go check out GeezerAuthentics.com to see how you can support the series and your favorite drivers.
Alrighty, everybody, we've caught up to our third place finisher out there, Eddie Hagee, and what a job he did tonight. Boy, oh boy, did he have his hands full here and had to battle all the way from the back. Eddie Hagee, Texas, definitely a track for you here tonight.
A fun race. It was tough. Like I said, Texas isn't really my favorite track, but it The Maga THR Consulting car was good on the long run. We got a little bit on a tire advantage based on pitting from the back early in the race. But that last run, man, had good track position and was running second. But I just, it's really tough to pass on this track. But I want to thank my sponsors, Maga THR Consulting, EP Wealth Advisors, my family, my friends, my girlfriend, my teammates, just everybody that supports me. It was a great race and a good playoff run. Would have loved to get the win, but these podiums, just keep getting them, and eventually we'll find ourselves in victory lane.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's definitely able to come, and there's still an opportunity as we head to Dover next week. Confidence level heading to the Monster Mile.
Pretty good. It's a tough track in the next gen. It's really tricky. The next gen's tough to save. And I remember last time I raced there with Dover, it super loose and tight setup, like at different points of the track. It was super tricky. So I think it's going to make a heck of a race, and it's going to make the playoff guys stay on their toes for sure.
All right, well, I think your race team is up for the job. Eddie Haggy, congratulations on your third place finish, man, and great job getting that Chevy Camaro in.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. All right, great job there by Eddie Haggy. Moving on to John Osborne in the Surge Machine, who definitely had a heck of a run here tonight. Right now, John Osborne, what a run here tonight, man. That thing definitely made a heck of a jolt here, even toward the end, to get a hold of Eddie Haggy.
Oh man, it was a great night. Definitely want to thank my sponsor, which I don't think is any longer, but I was a big fan of Surge when I was a kid, and I wanted my car to stand out a little bit tonight. So, the 81,
Wonderful.
the 81 Surge Toyota Supra was really fast. Yeah, I was backing up the entries into one, and that just allowed me to have such a better drive off. And so, there on that last restart, I was like, well, I'll let Ricky get ahead because he had been burning his stuff off all night. No offense to Ricky, but he was charging a little hard into one. I was like, I'll just let him go up there and put pressure on Eddie, and then I think I'll be able to get by him. And that's exactly what happened. I just didn't have enough for Ben. I had to keep adjusting my lines, and just didn't have the right. I wasn't able to save enough tire, but very happy with second tonight. Very good points day. I needed it going into Dover. Very excited about Dover in the next gen. It was a great night. It was a really great night. Really, really good team night, actually. Connor finished in fifth, and David finished in sixth. We all had a great team night. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we even people out there in the chat are saying we were all fans of Surge and hate to see it go. What a tough race it was, though, man. You definitely were able to come out on top, and this is going to help you immensely, especially in the points heading in to the final round next week. This is going to be a blast. What was the hardest part about this track? And was it tires or was it fuel? And then we'll wrap this up here, buddy.
Tires and fuel both. The setup at the track was, with the track temp being down, air temp being down, track temp being down, it's going to lean more on the right front. So saving that right front, backing your corner entry up. That was really the hardest thing. 3 and 4 is kind of what it is. You kind of ease it in, and then you can full throttle off of 4. But, entry of 1 and then getting your car to set so you can drive off was probably the hardest thing. I pushed a little too hard in that second run there, and then backed it up a little bit, and that was saving a lot of tire. But yeah, that was tough. The car was just really tight, and so you had to figure out any way to try to get it on the right rear or just save that right front. So that was my game plan tonight. However, sometimes you'll see me fall back and then make my way back up. I knew that wasn't going to be the case tonight. I had to keep the car up front, so it was just balancing those two things. But overall, it was great, man.
All right, John Osborne, congratulations on the second place finish. We'll find you Dover.
All right, I appreciate it. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to my mom and dad who are watching tonight. Really, really appreciate them. Love them to death. Dad's still healing from a bad accident, and doing well. And so love them dearly. Thank my team, Connor and David. And really excited about Dover. I'm good there and happy to be in the next gen. We'll see you next week.
All right, John. Good luck to you, buddy. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for John Osborne. And he was said, he didn't know if he had enough for Ben out there. Honestly, no offense to anybody out there. I don't think anybody had anything for Ben out there because he was on a roll. And we get a hold of Benjamin Lacey now. Benjamin, what a run here tonight, man. You were on fire out there as that number 7 Ford came in clutch, and obviously it looked like he coasted at the end.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Appreciate Real Earth Films for being on board with the car, and then also the race sponsor tonight. So appreciate them. Obviously go give them a check out, and filming the wild. The car was fast tonight, so a lot of fun to drive. Had 1 and 2 figured out, and if you get 1 and 2 figured out, then the rest of the track's pretty simple. So just was able to save the tires and then drive away from the field, and it was a blast.
Does this transfer over, seeing how you guys, both you and Cody Welch were stumbling a little bit in the points? This should work out really well when you guys sling into Dover next week.
Yeah, got some good momentum here going. Next gen, so I love the next gen, so Dover should be pretty fun. Hopefully we can get a back-to-back, but it's going to be tough to do. A lot of good drivers out here, and we'll see what happens.
All right, well,
I would like to update you, actually. You have come up, changed 4 positions, and you are now currently in the lead in the point standings.
Well, we'll do everything we can to stay there, I guess. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You and Eddie Haggy have exactly the same 2,082 points.
Yep. Currently 4 above that cutoff line as they lead themselves into Dover this next run. So, boy, this is going to be close. I guarantee you a lot of guys are going to be on edge. Right now, I think Cody Welch is going to be a little nervous, and I think Jackson Knock will as well, especially with their finish here tonight. Tire wear was one of the top priorities here tonight. Benjamin Lacey, you had an insane lead out there tonight. Did that ill-timed caution flag out there make you nervous at all, or was it just another day in the park?
Yeah, that definitely, I did not want to see that at all. When it came out, I was a little bit annoyed, but as long as I was able to come out in the lead, I figured if we can get the jump, then maybe we can just stay there and make it tough to pass, and was able to do that. But, definitely didn't want to see that caution there by any means, but, worked out in the end.
All right, Benjamin Lacey, congratulations on coming away with the win here at the Real Earth Films 153 at Texas. Good luck to you, buddy. I'm sure you're going to need it at Dover to help you sling yourself into the Final Four, bud.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Awesome job as our lightning round comes to an end. Checking out there in the chat, Jay. No. Win does not mean you win and you're on top of the standings. That is due to consistency. Lacey was teetering on the edge of elimination. He was either in the 4th or 5th position and slings himself into the lead. Eddie Haggy doing just the same. But remember, Jackson Knock was sitting 2nd, and now he's down into 6th. So he is below the cut line. Next week, you will find them in red numbers. So they will be in panic mode coming this next round, and especially at Dover for the elimination. Appreciate all you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting on this fine Wednesday night with the Bandit Racing League. Be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.